Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here is your daily technical analysis of stock index futures. I'll start with UK FTSE futures. Whilst yesterday's action was a definite indecisive spinning top, it nevertheless came after the previous session's contradictory new recent high. There was also a bearish dark cloud cover pattern. Now, the reason for such a pattern was the same reason why yesterday's test lower was important. We are within a now very narrowing late September to date rising wedge pattern, which saw yesterday's action pierce it once again, the recent uptrend support currently at 73.44, and actually the market closed right on it. I should also point out that above we have a trendline resistance for this pattern, quite a good one as well, a 3-pointer currently at 74.09. The big question now is, when will it make a genuine break lower, or maybe higher? So far today, a first open below the broken uptrend trend line of this rising wedge pattern, though so far it has not been exploited. We are now below, well, we are not below yesterday's low so far, and seem to be running along the underside of the trend line, and looking awfully like yet another indecisive spinning top right now. German DAX futures. Yet another new all-time high yesterday, though this time it was done in some style compared to Friday's bittersweet action. It was a key reversal up with a new all-time high, high open and high close as well. Perhaps, just perhaps, the hesitation we've seen around the congestion roughly between the lesser projected Fibonacci line at 15,970 and the previous all-time high at 16,024 may now be behind us. I suppose one could say it was a continuation of the move up from the unusual key reversal up from 2 Fridays ago. Now, looking higher, we now have the large upper bull channel line, currently 16,361, and seemingly little else until the higher 50% projected Fibonacci line at 16,637. Meanwhile, below, well, it's as I've previously said, bar this congestion around the highs roughly between the lesser projected Fibonacci line at 15,970 and the previous all-time high at 16,024, we have little in the way until the congestion some little way below, which includes within it the 50% projected Fibonacci line at 15,629, the flatlining medium moving average currently 15,639, and the also flatlining short medium moving average currently 15,601. Now, so far today, a further move higher with a new all-time high, high open and high low as well. US E-mini S&P futures. A higher but still indecisive spinning top pattern yesterday, or at least that is the simple reading of yesterday's action. However, it is also day 2 in a 2-day separating lines pattern. Now, separating lines patterns are interesting, as traditionally they are seen as a bearish reversal. Yet data indicates that just over half the time they end up being bullish continuation patterns. Thus, it will be interesting to see if the market follows tradition or the data here. The top side of yesterday's action was again capped by the combination of the broken upper trend line, currently at 46.96, the old June to September rising wedge pattern, that's currently between 46.57 and 46.96. And also the 50% projected Fibonacci line at 46.95. This rising wedge pattern is getting narrower and narrower, and I wonder as to its utility beyond this week. Please also know that the overhead 50% projected Fibonacci line at 46.95 has been repeatedly pierced, but as yet has not received a close over it. Further up still, we have a speculative possible target X in the 47.72 area. This target X is for the same broken old rising wedge pattern. I'm not overly keen on this idea topside, but it seems appropriate that I share it with you just in case. Meanwhile, further below, we have the September high at 45.49.5. So far today, a slightly higher open, but a move back within the body of that rising wedge pattern. Not aggressive enough as yet to say tradition has triumphed over data, but a caution that it might. French CAC 40 futures. A third bullish white soldier and another new all-time high, high open and high close and higher low yesterday. This was now a significant move higher over target X1 in the 70.95 area. This was the initial target for the recent June to October diamond continuation pattern. We now have a secondary target X2 in the 72.75 area, which would obviously be harder to achieve. In between here and there, we have seemingly very little, apart from the 100% projected Fibonacci line at 71.36, which the market butted up against yesterday, and the more recent 50% projected Fibonacci line at 71.85. Below, well, we now have congestion in the 70.31 to 70.45 area, though it is new and untested and not that big as well. Beyond that, we still have the support of the 100% projected Fibonacci line at 69.68 and the 50% projected Fibonacci line at 69.12, and the previous September 2000 all-time high at 69.51. So far today, another new all-time high, high open and higher low, with the market powering up over the 100% projected Fibonacci line at 71.36 and towards the next resistance, that 50% projected Fibonacci line at 71.85, and possibly even target X2. Thank you for listening. This weekly, this short version broadcast, actually rather than weekly, gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted with this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.